What is up, guys? Zach Ginn here, and welcome to our real estate investing, wholesaling, sales webinar training today. I'm pretty excited about this. I'm jacked up, ready to go and teach you guys wholesaling real estate acquisitions absolutely for free. Guys, I'm pumped up. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to teach exactly how to start wholesaling real estate the right way with getting the right acquisitions in place. I'm telling you right now, acquisitions is going to be one of the biggest keys for success. Everybody knows we did a lot of talking about marketing, and I feel like with all those marketing skills you're learning at freewholesaling.com and every other tool we're giving you out for free, I feel like it is time for us to teach you guys exactly the correct way to close these deals. That's why I'm calling it kind of like a guru webinar type thing of exactly how to actually go out here and close your deals absolutely for free. And I'm telling you, this is like a $4,000 like seminar. You're walking in. This is like the little webinar. You know, you paid the $3,000 guru mentorship thing, and now you're in. So pretty fun, pretty excited, guys. I'm going to teach you exactly REI sales training. This is the same exact information they charge thousands and thousands of dollars for. They kind of just use the Sandler training model, and they just kind of throw that in there. But I'm going to teach you guys exactly how to close your deals today in our acquisitions training. I'm ready to go. I'm jacked up. I'm excited, and I'm ready to share everything I can do for you guys and help you guys out. So if you guys are ready, you want to learn wholesaling real estate absolutely for free from the only YouTube channel that teaches it absolutely for free, one-on-one mentorships, everything. Guys, you need to smash that like button and subscribe. I don't know what you guys are missing, but smash that like button and subscribe. That is the best way to learn wholesaling real estate, is by smashing that like button and subscribing and getting it going. So here's the thing. I see you guys yawning. I see you guys trying to go to sleep here before I teach exactly how to close these deals. So can I like you guys just get out of bed. Like, get out of bed and go. And that's the only thing I can tell you. So cue the intro. Let's get it going. Let's learn wholesaling absolutely for free. Match my energy. Woo!
Get the fuck out of bed, bitch. Go. Get up, and get the guy go. Gotta wake up, bitch. Get up. Get up. Get up.
I'm jacked up. I'm excited to go, guys. I'm excited to teach wholesaling absolutely for free today. Let's go. I'm telling you, 80s guy, we're going to go Super Saiyan on the gurus today. So pretty excited, guys. I'm jacked up. I'm ready to go to teach you acquisitions absolutely for free. I'm pumped up. I'm ready to go here. So guys, if you're ready, smash the like button and subscribe, and let's get into acquisitions. I'm excited, guys, because I feel like we talk about marketing all the time, and I truly believe marketing is probably one of the most important things. But the problem is, of course, you need to close. And the thing I've said yesterday, where in elite marketing and decent acquisitions will always beat somebody who is terrible marketing and elite marketing and okay acquisitions is way better than bad marketing and elite acquisition. So what if you can get, I'm telling you, this is what I do in my business. What if you can have elite marketing and then elite acquisitions? Woo! That's like game over right there, right? Like, that's what I'm trying to share with you guys. So obviously I can't make you an elite acquisitions person or marketer just by talking about it. It does take action for you and practice. And the best practice is obviously talking to sellers and, just getting those reps in. But I can kind of guide you on the best practices to do that. It's sort of like basketball, like we can talk about the game of basketball and, zone defense, man defense, when you should shoot a shot or not. But like, I can't shoot the shot for you. And like, I can't, you have to be going out here and putting the reps in. Weightlifting, I can tell you weightlifting regimen to do, but I can't make you go out here and squat or bench press or do any of this stuff. At the end of the day, guys, I might, you guys might just want to leave this live right now, because if I say this is very disheartening for a lot of people right here, but I'm going to tell you exactly how to become an elite acquisitions person today. The thing is, you have to put the action. If you are not ready to put the action, this video is not for you, because I'm going to show you exactly what to do. The issue is you need to implement the action to get better on this. And if this is something you're okay with, stay tuned and we'll talk about it. But really what I want to do also is share how to do elite acquisitions, obviously. But the one thing also I think is pretty important for you guys to understand is it's just too people complicate acquisitions too much. And the one thing that I have done in my business that helped me so much is just make it so much simpler, the process. So this might seem simple to you, but the thing is, people pay for acquisitions course because they want this crazy system that's going to change the world for them. And the truth is, that's going to change. That is not going to change it for you. The best way to actually change your life with your acquisitions is keeping it simple, guys. Keeping it simple is probably going to give you the best results in wholesaling. And hands down, that's the one thing I could tell you that's changed my life forever. So let's talk about it, guys. So let's break it down exactly. So what is acquisitions? What is sales? How do we become the best salesperson possible for wholesaling, right? How can I actually start becoming a lead at this and actually start changing my life with acquisitions? So the first question about real estate investing, sales, or acquisitions for wholesaling is what is it? And in the truest form, from hiring people, having so many employees for acquisitions, training people, currently dealing with acquisitions people, virtually multiple businesses, I can sum up acquisitions in one sentence. It's way more complicated than that. I promise you, there's a lot more to it. Of course, wholesaling is kind of simple the way you can look at it. But again, you sort of have to understand that you have to make it simple, but understand there is steps to it. So in one sentence, what is acquisitions? It is the art of signing contracts to buy real estate. At the end of the day, for wholesaling real estate, that's what you're doing. You're just getting contracts signed. There's a lot of rapport. There's a lot of offering, right? Getting MAO, qualifying, report. I get it. There's so much more to that. But I feel like at the end of the day, people think you have to be this slick salesperson. And that's what you have to be. You have to be the person that gets contracts signed for good prices. That is what your goal here for acquisition is going to be. And we're going to be showing you exactly how to do that goal. It's hey, how do you shoot a three-pointer? The goal of today's, practice is to shoot a three-pointer. Pretty easy to say. The execution's a lot harder. Or how to squat 400 pounds. That's pretty daunting, but it seems simple to squat. No, there's a lot of stuff into it. So let's break it down exactly. So I'd like to simplify this business. I like to put in stages because Rick has this quote. I love this quote. And how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, right? You're just not going to eat the whole thing in one day. I'm not trying to eat elephants, but how do you right? It's step by step, and that's how I truly look at it. How do you master acquisitions? You master stages. And what I've really seen in my 5 years of experience running 7-figure operations for wholesaling is acquisitions is honestly 5 stage. I've seen at the truest point, it's really 5 stages you have to master. And if you can master these 5 stages, you're going to be elite at acquisitions. If you have one of these processes wrong, you can sort of get away with it, but you really got to get all of them good. So if you want to become really good at acquisitions, obviously at the end of this video, you're not going to become an elite person. You're going to know what to do. You're going to know the processes, but practice is going to make you elite. Okay. So let's go over the 5 stages and what we got to master. So number 1 is qualifying. Master the qualification process. Number 2 is understanding / rapport. Number 3 is the appointment. Number 4 is the offer. And then 5 is the acceptance. Now, we're going to break down each one because each one deservedly needs its own 2-hour video. But I'm going to try my best to get it done in this webinar type thing. So it's going to be kind of complicated to do, but I feel like I can really condense it for you guys. And then you can always, of course, this is a live video. I'm with you for as long as you guys need me to be here for you guys today. So I will break that all down. You ask the questions in the comments. I'll be here to answer it. Okay. I promise you that. But let's sort of try to condense this in the best way I can. And if you have any guys, I'm telling you right now, like let's just take a quick pause. If you have any, like, there's no stupid question. I promise you, there's no stupid question. If you have a question, hey Zach, what is rapport? That great. Ask me that question. Zach, I have a question about this, or this. Please ask me. I promise you, there's no bad questions. I'm not here to, there's no judging in here. If somebody judges you in the comments, I promise you they'll get kicked out of this entire, I'll block them on this YouTube channel forever. Okay. I'm telling you, there's no judgment here. We want to help you out. We all started brand new in this business. So if you have any questions, if you're watching this, so this isn't even live for you anymore, this is just a replay, go in the comments, ask a question. I answer every single YouTube comment personally. Me, Rick doesn't do it, unfortunately, but me, I answer every single YouTube comment personally. And there's no stupid question. I promise you, I will help you out. No judgment. I'm here to help. So now I got that out of the way. Let's break down each one. So number one is qualifying. And qualifying, in my opinion, is probably one of the simpler ones to master. That's something someone can master probably. It takes experience to master this, but what I can tell you is it does take experience, but you can really understand 95% of it without experience. It's that extra 5%, what I can tell you. So what I can tell you off the bat with me, with my experience, because I was working 14, 15-hour days, not 16, but like kind of 15-hour days in wholesaling, especially the first 2 years. And in that time, I've learned just from a regular phone conversation, I can qualify a seller with my eyes shut. Like it's like second nature to me. I could tell. I'm not going to say this in the most arrogant way, but I can tell if it's going to be a real estate wholesaling deal probably within 3 minutes of a conversation with a seller, just by the way they talk about the motivation and the pillars. So let's kind of break down exactly how to start qualifying your sellers. This is qualifying. The basic definition of this is the process of finding out if somebody who wants to sell the property. So let's kind of talk about acquisitions. So there's separate portions of real estate. There's three. There's marketing, there's acquisitions, and then there's dispositions. So we kind of did everything you need to know about marketing yesterday. So I'm trying to do not a acquisitions-a-thon today. That'd be for another day. But really, what we understand from marketing from yesterday was that, hey guys, if you're like brand new, like you don't know what I'm talking about, just search marketing -a-thon space flip with Rick or space Zach Ginn and watch that one before you watch this one. I think they're really good together. I'd probably make it a series, honestly. But I could tell you right now is we learned in marketing that the point of marketing is just finding people that are interested in selling a house. That is it. At the simplest form of what marketing is, it's finding people that have an inkling of motivation to sell a property. Like they're interested. Even if they're interested for a stupid high price, fine. Bring them to the acquisitions, right? This is a different portion of it. It's kind of like the assembly line where, I put a screw in and then you paint it and then you paint the car. Like this is what, like you stop. This is not marketing. After someone says they're interested, hey, someone from the team or, hey, let me look at everything and give you a call back. Like it goes to the next portion, which is acquisitions. So marketing is to find someone who's interested. The next part, acquisitions, we're here to transfer that person that is interested into a signed contract. Now, you can sign a contract for an insanely high price. It ain't going to be good, right? But signing a contract for a really good price too, that's technically all acquisitions. So qualifying is just figuring out if that person who says yes is worth looking into or not, if it's going to be a good wholesaling deal or not. That's what I found. So basically qualifying, I can really put it into two pretty distinct sections. And this is going to be the 4 pillars of wholesaling, asking the 4 questions really, and then finding the ARV and MAO. I sort of call it like underwriting to a certain extent. That's what it is. So asking the 4 questions and then underwriting. Those are really like, that's qualifying. So What are the 4 pillars of wholesaling? So the 4 pillars, the 4 important questions. So when you're talking to a seller that actually wants to sell their piece of real estate, their piece of property, you're going to want to ask them these 4 questions, because I get this all the time. Zach, I'm scared to talk to a seller because I don't know what to tell them, right? Like, what do I tell a seller? Ask them the 4 questions here: motivation, condition, time frame, price. Motivation, condition, time frame, and then price. Motivation, you ask them, hey, why are you looking to sell the property? Next condition, what's the condition of the property? What does it look like? How's the roof, AC? Does it need updating? Time frame. Remember, guys, in time frame, it's how quick they want to sell the property. So they'll sell it in 2 weeks, a month, a year. Price, how much they need to sell the property for. So let's kind of break down each one. So again, motivation, we are asking them why they want to sell the property. We really want to figure out the exact reasons why. If they don't have a good reason why they want to sell the property, it's probably not going to be a good wholesaling deal. Like, honestly, that's what I've seen. Next is condition. We can deal with properties that have decent settings. I'm just saying right now, like, I have found that nice houses we can still wholesale and not. So like, condition's not going to be like a make or break it type thing. Next is going to be time frame. When are they looking to sell it? Usually it's got to be within 2 or 3 months for like be a wholesaling deal. And then price, make sure the price is good. Like that. That's the only thing I could really like. You just got to make sure the price is going to be good enough for the seller and for you, where it kind of works. So now we have this. Now, if the motivation is good enough, we have condition, time frame, and then a ballpark figure, the price they want to sell for. The next portion here is sort of figuring out what the property's worth. So if I found out someone wants to sell a house for $200,000, that probably could be worth $300,000. Great deal for us. Or thing could be worth $140,000, right? Like, sellers can get a little nutty because this market's so nutty right now. So you sort of have to figure out, like, where are we at here? How do I figure out the price? So this is just from finding ARV and the max allowable offer. So basically, MAO is really the end goal here. We want to figure out the most we are allowed to offer our seller for us to break even. That's like our break even point of buying a house. So again, I like to think of wholesaling real estate as buying dollar bills. So if you want to sell your $10 bill for $8, I know my max allowable offer is going to be $10 on that, because I know someone's willing to pay 10 for that. That's how you figure out MAO. Okay, so we're selling dollar bills here. So if someone says that ballpark, they're looking to sell at 9, maybe I talk to them, negotiate them down to 7. I know I'm make $3 on that transaction. A dollar bill is replaced with a house here. So a dollar bill, it's kind of easy, like what the price is. We got to use the house. We got to figure out ARV and MAO to figure out what the property is worth. So how do you find the ARV, MAO? First, we're going to look for comps, aka comparables. We're going to look for comparable properties that recently sold that matches the house. This is going to be similar properties built in the same year, usually within 10 years, square footage plus or minus 200, same subdivision. We're going to look at properties that recently sold and same bed and bathroom. So if we're seeing other 3-bedroom, 2 bathrooms that are 1,000 square feet selling for this price, we can figure out, the price per square foot. So that's where we're going to figure out the ARV. So ARV really is going to be the after repair value. The best way I can explain this is figuring out what the property is going to sell for at its best day. Like, at the best price possible, we got to figure out what the property is going to be selling for. And like with a realtor, really nice, perfect granite countertops, stuff like that. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be super, super important. So now how do you find MAO? And I get people screaming at me because they think my MAO is wrong and theirs is right. And there's no right or wrong MAO. There's just ones that work. For my business, I figured out that ARV minus repairs multiplied by a certain percentage is the right max allowable offer. You got to understand that max allowable offer isn't set in stone. Remember, what someone's willing to purchase a property for, that's what the thing is worth. So we are in the art of selling real estate contracts for wholesaling real estate. So we are trying to sell these contracts. So that is the point here. Like, how are we going to find somebody that actually wants to sell their house? And how can I find someone who wants to buy it for a bigger price so I can sell that contract for a nice, decent profit, right? That's the goal here on this channel. That's what I teach, right? So MAO, I'd say ARV minus repairs multiplied by around 83%. If the ARV is under 120,000, use 70%. This is what I've seen. I get a lot of hoopla over this. You can say whatever way you want, but this is the formula that I found is the best. There's no one perfect one size fits all formula, but that's been the best one I can see. Next here is understanding and rapport. This one's a little more complicated for people to understand. It took me a while to learn it too. Is how do you build, like, what's understanding rapport? Understanding rapport is basically building trust, a mutual understanding of each other, and both of y'all's goals for dealing with each other, and building rapport. The point of the understanding rapport part of acquisitions is connecting with the seller. This is going to be probably the most important part. This is you showing empathy, not sympathy, empathy. There's a huge difference between empathy and sympathy. Sympathy is just, oh yeah, I feel bad. Like there's not a care in that. Empathy is actually caring about people's situations. Guys, at the end of the day, I figured out this really quickly in wholesaling. This business is about helping people. If you're going in these conversations just trying to make a pure profit in wholesaling, you're going to fail. I'm telling you, you will fail in this business. You have to show empathy. You actually have to give a darn about these sellers, and you actually have to legitimately mean it in your heart. I'm telling you right now, you do that, you will have success. I hate it when people just think that this business is like a Wolf of Wall Street sales tactic. It's not. You got to show love, empathy, support. This is what it's all about. I'm telling you, nobody talks about this. I don't know why, but it's probably one of the most important things you can do. So do it. Everyone says, Zach, how do I build rapport? How do I build empathy? How do I care? I can teach you how to do a lot of things. I can't teach empathy. It's either something that you have in your heart or you don't. I'll tell you right now, out of 100 people, I could only see maybe one or two of those people not having any empathy. Empathy is it's pretty much a human trait. I think I've only known two people my entire life that have no empathy, and I've met tens of thousands of human beings. So 99.9% of you guys have empathy. Okay. So it's nothing I can teach you. I get that question. Now, how do I have empathy with a seller? Care about them. Put yourself in their shoes. What if you were behind on payments and you had to get out of it and your job wasn't paying the bills? How do you do if you inherited a house, you don't know what to do with it? Think about them and their situation. And if you have no empathy, you're probably just not going to be cut out in this business. If you just can't care about a seller and you're doing this just for pure profit, you probably do 3 or 4 deals. You're not going to eventually do it. You're going to grow better in this business. But most people do have that. So I don't think it's really that big of a deal. So how do you actually build that rapport? That's that connection with the seller. That's how you're going to whoop your other competition in this business. I know everyone says, oh, there's no competition. We all got to be together. I'm like, guys, there's competition. Okay. I'm just going to be straight up with you. I love people who say there's no competition. If there was no competition, why did John Su over here get a deal and you didn't? And you're talking to the same person. Why didn't there's no competition. He'd split that deal with you. It's competition. This is a free market society. It's what it is. That's capitalism, right? This is wholesaling real estate. There's competition. That's a big pet peeve I have. If someone says there's no competition, there's competition. Okay. That's what makes competition fun. Okay. Competition brings the best out of a lot of people. And that's why sports are so fun. It's competition. So I'm telling you right now, the Ford method is really how you're going to build that rapport with the seller. If you don't know what to say to a seller to actually build a connection with them, I'm telling you, using the Ford method is going to help you so much. Ford method basically stands for family, occupation, recreation, and dreams. So if you're talking to somebody you don't know what to do, talk about the family. Hey, how's your family? Go to the house, look at pictures of the house, look at pictures of the kids, talk about it. Hey, got any kids, grandkids? Oh, occupation, what do you like to do for fun? Hey, what do you like to do for fun? What do you do for a living? Occupation, what do they do for a living? What does their spouse do for a living? R's recreation, what they like to do for fun. Just when you're driving around, look at the house and see if there's any knickknacks outside of the house. Maybe there's a tennis racket in the garage you can use as a connection piece. D is dreams, what they want to do in the future. or them or the family wants to be in the future. It's going to be really important for you to do that. And then that's really how you build that connection. Obviously, asking questions, being nice, being cordial. Don't force, building rapport. I've seen a lot of people do that. But forcing rapport is never a good option. It's never a good look. So it's got to be sort of natural. And that's how you kind of build that connection. Let me know if you guys got any questions about that. And then next here is appointment. And what I can tell you about the appointment is the appointment's really when you start. There's one really important part of the appointment and then one okay part. So it's kind of setting the appointment and then going on the appointment. The appointment's really not that complicated. All you really got to do is go around the house, look at it, talk to the seller, and then, you get into the offer after. It's the appointment part's, it's generally simple. I know a lot of wholesalers, one of their biggest issues is they go in the appointment and they try to be like this contractor of oh, I know everything about real estate and building and repair costs and things. Guys, you really don't. I'm just being completely honest with you. If you can connect with the seller on the appointment and you can know general knowledge about real estate, hey, there's a crack in the ceiling, that's not good. Or this house needs to be updated, which most people can do it without an insane real estate knowledge, you're going to do fine. Now, the more and more you understand and know about houses, it's going to help you on the appointment, but it's not a must to get a wholesaling deal. My first probably 10 appointments, I didn't know jack squat about the house, but I got the deal because I was talking to the seller nicely and I could sort of have confidence and just get through that situation. And that's what helps out a lot. I think the biggest part about the appointment, acquisitions, the offer, everything is confidence. And you're going to hear me scream about this for the rest of my life, probably for wholesaling, but confidence is going to be probably the biggest key to your success when it comes to closing deals. If you want to close more deals, start being more confident. Confidence comes from within. And I can tell you right now, if you do not have confidence, if you do not sound confident when you're talking to a seller, and confidence, people get this so misconstrued. They get this set I'm telling you, wholesale, this drives me crazy, but wholesalers, they get ego and being this big shot as confidence, and it's really not. People just misunderstand this so much, and it drives me so crazy, but confidence is not that. Confidence is just being assertive and having a full understanding and assertiveness in your heart that you can actually go out here and do a certain task. That's what confidence is. You can be nervous and confident at the same time. People say that you can't have that. No, trust me. You can be confident and nervous. Promise you right now. Confidence really comes from two things I've seen also. It's, first of all, people lack confidence because they're scared of the future if you go do a certain task. I'm going to go out here, try to do a deal, right? You're going to be super nervous going because you're like, what if? Well, what? I'm not confident in cold calling because I'm nervous of what happens if someone curses me out. If you know that in cold calling, someone might curse you out, but you just hang the phone up, you probably have more confidence. Lack of confidence also is not knowing what to do. Confidence, or if someone gives me a question I don't know, just remember hey, that's a great question. I can have my partner come back and answer that for you. I'm probably gonna have to think about that. Be perfect. Just have an understanding yourself and your heart that you can actually help these sellers out by just talking to them, giving them an offer. That's what they just want to offer on the property 9 times out of 10. And that's what you're here to do. Give an offer on the property. So the confidence should be there. The best way to build confidence obviously is through experience, but that's what I've seen. So appointments, first step of it obviously is going to be setting the appointment. We're going to be doing this in person or virtually. What I've personally seen is sending the appointment in person is probably going to give you the best chance of success. Doing it virtually is okay. You're just going to get less money just because you can't build the same rapport in person than you do over the phone or do a telephone thing. Now, I've closed plenty of virtual deals. Same confidence applies. The only issue I would probably say is just that rapport piece, obviously. But I'm telling you, major key of success right now is having confidence. It all comes down to confidence for acquisitions. So let's sort of talk about the most important thing in the appointment stage. This is a major key alert. My DJ Khaled, major key alert is you have to set the stage. I'm going to say this one more time. No, two more times. I got to say it 3 times because it's that important. Set the stage, set the stage. So I said set the stage 3 times because setting the stage on your appointment is probably going to be your make or break it of you getting burned out in your acquisitions or not. If you do not set the stage for your acquisition, you are 100% going to be burnt out. You're going to be going on appointments that are wasting your time, and you are going to get destroyed by your competition if you do not set the stage. Nobody ever talked about this until I started in YouTube. Like, I don't know why. I mean, I started the same time as Rick together on Flip of the Rick. So it's like, right? Like, no one's talking about it before he's gotten the scene here. I don't know why, because these gurus don't actually do deals. But you need to set the stage with your seller. And again, what is setting the stage? Before you go on the appointment, you're going to call the seller and say, "Hey, Mr. Seller, before I actually go on the property and look at it with you, I need to have a quick agreement with you." What's that agreement? I need to both agree so we don't waste each other's time, that you are ready to make a yes or no decision on selling the property that instant when I'm there. Are you willing to make a decision when I'm there to sell the property of a yes or no decision? Blank. Don't say a word. Your seller's going to think about it for like 10 seconds and they're going to say yes. If they say no, no problem, Mr. Seller. That's fine. I want you to think about it. But before I go meet you at the property or give you an offer on the property, please, I need a yes or no decision. That's it. Because the worst thing you can do when you give an offer on somebody is having a maybe. This is why you have to set the stage. The worst thing ever is when you go out here and you drive like an hour to the appointments, and then you drive that hour, and then the seller's like, $100,000 offer. I'll think about it. I'll get back to you in like a week. Oh, Johnny over here, he offered me 97, but like I was ready to make a decision that day and I was ready to go. Like, that's how you lose out on these deals. I'm telling you right now, it sucks to do. You do not want to be losing out to somebody else on a deal. So this is why you have to set the stage. Next thing here is the offer. And the offer is going to be super important here because this is really like the closing part, the quote unquote closers only type thing. Coffee's for closers. How do you get the coffee? You have to give the offer out the right way and actually get that offer accepted. So you're going through the appointment, you're talking to the seller, you're walking through the house, and then you're ready to make the decision. You walk up, say, "Hey, Mr. Seller, are you ready to make a decision? Yes or no?" They say yes. You walk through, you talk. That seller has to give you a yes or no decision. So you're good to go. You have your MAO. You know the property, the most you can offer is $100,000 on the property. A cash buyer will give you $100,000 for that piece of real estate. So this is a $100,000 bill you're looking at. You want to buy this $100,000 bill for $80,000, $70,000. That's the importance of MAO and calculating the max allowable offer. So at the end of the day, you're walking through, you both sit down, and you're ready to get to the offer, the close here. I think it's really important when you're doing an in-person appointment that you do not have a contract. You don't have anything near you. You don't have any of it. What you do have, though, I'm telling you right now, this is going to be super important, is the confidence in yourself that you can actually go out here and get the deal done. I cannot tell you right now, having the offer in place is going to be super important. It's essential in this business for you. But what I can tell you is the offer. So let's kind of go over the script of what you should be offering these sellers. I'm telling you right now, the offer script is this. So you ready? You're sitting down with the seller and you're ready to do this. So this is going to be your offer script. Are you ready? Take your notes. Do the same thing you're doing virtual wholesaling, but this is it. "Hey, Mr. Seller, really appreciate you looking at the house here. I know you said you wanted to sell the property because you want to go move to Idaho, and Idaho is a great place. A little cold, like you're going to put some rapport in that when you're obviously doing your offer. But I know you want to move to rapport. I know you want to move to Idaho. I know it's super cold there. I don't understand why, but I get it. Your family's there. It makes sense. So after looking at everything, you gave me a ballpark figure around $110,000 to sell the property, right? And Mr. Seller, unfortunately, after looking at it, it's going to need a little more work, and then you're going to insert the condition issues. It needs new flooring. I'm probably my team's probably going to have to update it. Me and my partner, we're going to do this, and this. Obviously, whatever you see at the house, insert that in. Based on this, I don't think I can do that $110,000 offer. I mean, at the end of the day, if me and my partner are going to buy this property from you, we can close in about 30 days. We give you all cash. You can move to Idaho. How much do you really need to sell the property for here? You go blank and you let them talk. That is going to be your offer. I cannot stress this enough. You have to make sure you don't say a word right after they say that. Like after you say that, do not say a word. Let them speak. After they're done speaking, boom. They're either going to say, 80,000, 90,000, or say, I'm still firm at my 110, right? Depending on what they say, you're going to have to counter them. Like, do not accept that first offer. This is negotiating one-on-one with the offer. You just cannot accept that one. So if they say 100,000, it's like what my bottom line is. Say, Mr. Seller, now you can do the good cop, bad cop. I'm going to call this good cop, bad cop. This is one I used back in the day when I was working with the Rick here. And we still work together on this, but like when I was doing acquisitions, my partner actually, he actually, let me tell you a quick story. He actually told me I can't buy this house for more than $70,000. Oh, I could never sell the house for $70,000. Hey, I agree with you. This house is actually nicer than I expected. I was expecting for 70, but it does need a little more work. He's going to absolutely be so upset with me if I buy this thing for 100. Like, I can't do that. And he wants it at 70. Can we just meet in the middle here at like 95? And, it just makes sense for me. Like, why don't we just meet in the middle and buy it for 95? Does that work for you? Why don't we meet the middle at 80, 85? Whatever is in the middle of that, and you go from there. So maybe 95 is your off. Like, if he's at 110 or like 120 and you're at 80, go at 100, 95, 80, whatever. Oh, that seems reasonable. We're meeting in the middle. Boom, right? You have to get someone's logical brain. Again, in sales, there's a couple stages I found in wholesaling sales. People either will say yes to an offer based on emotion, logic, or fear. At the end of the day, those are the three stages of acceptance for an offer. So either people get emotional, they just want to get rid of the property and sell it. They're not thinking logically sometimes. And, they're okay with the offer. Like, they're logically thinking about it, but like based on the emotions, they just want to get rid of this house. That's how a lot of people do sales. Most sellers are going to sell on logic. It makes sense. I want to sell this property. I know it's less money than with a realtor, but I just want to get rid of this thing. That's where most people are logic. So you got to deal with someone's logical brain there, especially like meet in the middle. And then fear, it's like, hey, my offer is only good for like the next, hour, right? So like those are the three ways a seller will accept it. I found logic is where 95% of the deals are going to be. But that's really what I've seen. So I'm telling you right now, that is what my closing tactic. I really do the same thing over the phone versus in person. And that's how I find a lot of my results. And then next is acceptance, getting that offer accepted, going out there and getting the contract signed. And then boom, from start to finish, this brings us back to what we're doing here in acquisition, which is the art of signing contracts to buy real estate. So throughout the entire process, how we actually get a deal done, I'm telling you right now, how we get this deal done is we give the offer the right way and we get the contract signed. That is acquisitions in its purest form. And those are the steps I would say you need for getting these deals done. That is my REI sales acquisitions training type thing. What I want to do now is answer some questions, see how I can help the people out, and let's get it. Let's see what questions we got and see what's going on, guys. I'm jacked. I'm ready to go. I'm going to see it. Actually, I think I have an announcement for you guys. Let me see if I have it here. I got to check this. This is kind of funny. Let's see. I got to check this for you guys. I think it'd be hilarious. I'm going to see if it's scheduled for today. You guys will love it. Oh, yeah. We got the, so let me check this. I'm going to see if we got this announcement for you guys. I think it's going to be hilarious. I think it's hilarious. I'm just having fun out here. I had a little too much fun the other day. So I'll show you this. This will be on the Flip with Rick YouTube channel. Hopefully today. Let me just check. Hold on. It's coming here. Yep. Perfect. Wait, today is the 11th? Yeah, today's the 11th. Okay. So let me just check the YouTube. It's being perfect. Okay. So it is actually being scheduled for 8 o'clock. So this is actually kind of funny. All right, this is kind of fun. Okay. So we're going to put this. Okay. So just letting you know, guys, at 8 p.m., I will be releasing a, oh my gosh, I can't even believe I did this, but I just had this to be fun. 8 o'clock today on the YouTube channel, where I'm releasing a wholesaling real estate rap video of me. So I think it'd be funny. I think it's like 20, 30 seconds, but I think you guys will like it. So that'll be at 8 p.m. It's basically a guru diss track. That diss track. It's basically Tupac hit him up for gurus. That's the only way I could really describe it. It's not as good, obviously, but I just stay tuned for 8 o'clock on the Flip with Rick YouTube channel. That's gonna be a fun one. Oh my gosh, I'm having too much fun doing these YouTube shorts. So I was like, let's test it out. It's gonna be an interesting one. But guys, I gotta have fun. Like I do this to have fun. I don't do this for the money. So I see what I got. I think it'll be hilarious. But I had to make a diss track. The greats of all time. Drake had his great diss track. Tupac, Biggie had his great diss track. It's not like it's really what my diss track. I made a diss track for the Gurus, so it'll be great. So, oh my gosh, I don't even want to get into it right now, but I'll talk about it later. Let's see it. What's up, Justin? How are you? I made it. Hey, how's it going? How's it going, bro? With the fresh Dragon Ball Z shirt. Oh, appreciate that. Love it, guys. Thank you. I appreciate it. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. How are you? Jason says, it's been 2 weeks of cold calling and texting without a lead. I need motivation. Okay. So if you need motivation for cold calling, here's the thing. Like if you're looking for motivation, I don't think I'm the guy for it. The best motivation you're going to have in wholesaling real estate is your own struggles and your own why. There's nothing to be more powerful than that. I tell you right now, I can get you jacked up for the next 50 seconds of how to get going in cold calling and start doing it. But the real question of your motivation is going to be why you're doing this business. You got no money? Good. Get cold calling. Change your life. Prove that everyone wrong that said you couldn't do this in this business or you actually can't make it in life. I'm telling you, when I started cold calling by myself, I had those demons on my shoulder. I had that chip on my shoulder of all these people that said I wouldn't be anywhere in life. I've had these managers at the grocery store talk smack about me. Oh yeah, I can never be this. Fun fact, I was actually never allowed to be a grocery clerk, like the person that does the stock the shelves, because I wasn't customer service friendly enough. I was told that. I had to be a bag boy. I was told a lot of things. And that was definitely a big chip on my shoulder. And a lot of people in life said I couldn't do something, and I'm the type of person, you say I can't do something, I'm going to do it. And, that was a big chip on my shoulder. Being at where I'm at, $300 in my bank account, like basically no money. I wanted to change my life. I want to actually start changing, because the biggest motivation for me is like not working that 9 to 5 the rest of my life. I've seen it. I've seen how much it sucks. I've seen how terrible it is. That has to be motivation enough. Changing your life right now. If you want it, you'll do it. The only motivation I could tell you about cold calling is your want to cold call and your fear of where you're going to be if you don't cold call has to be greater than your want of cold calling. So you might have no motivation for it because your need to get out of the current situation you're at right now is probably not high enough. Until your need to be in the next situation, your want to get out of a situation is high enough versus your want to do something, you'll never change. Hey, Zach, people are on the Flip with Rick channel waiting for the live. If y'all can send them here. Awesome. Super Saiyan mode. I appreciate that, Eddie. Let's go. Callie in the house. What is up? Level Up Team says, keep going. It took me 3 weeks, 5 hours a day cold calling, but I landed 3 deals back to back. Woo! Like Detroit Pistons, back to back. Love it, man. Woo! Love that. Yeah. I'm telling you, like, everyone wants to know the cold calling secret, like schedule for success. Like, this is what you do. This is the stuff I've been teaching. Cold call 5 hours a day, 5 days a week for a month straight. I promise you, it's almost really hard to not get a deal if those are government lists and you're skip tracing it. I'm telling you, that is the secret schedule for success in cold calling. It's not sexy. It's not the most fun it's not the most fun schedule to be doing, but I'm telling you, it gets results. And ultimately, at the end of the day, if you want results for wholesaling, for cold calling, that's the schedule. MJJ Smooth Criminal in the house. Let's see. Zach, I'm working on a FISBO and the seller wants 1% EMD of 73,000 purchase price. How can I get lowered to 100, 300? The best way to get that EMD reduced is basically explain that I'm not a realtor. If you were listing this with a realtor, of course you'd give a standard earnest money deposit, but I'm not here to do that. This is I'm buying the property. We're buying it in a month. This isn't going through financing. It doesn't need that type of earnest money. That's what we do. That is standard for our company. That's the way I sort of explain it. All righty. James says, let's go. Let's go. What's up, MJJ? Jeremy says, took me almost a year for my first deal. Wow. That's a long time. Good perseverance. Let's get it. What's up? It's Destiny says, hey, I had a question. So when you have a property under contract and you're ready to give the contract to the buyer, do you give the buyer both contracts or just the assignment of contract? That's a really good one. You give the buyer just the assignment of contract and the purchase and sale. So they have to agree on the terms of the assignment of contract first. And if they agree to that, they don't have to sign it. But if they agree to those terms, then you show them. Remember, you have to show both of them because you are selling that contract. They have to see the contract. It's like me buying a house. I want to look at the house. Me buying a car. I got to test drive the car, right? You could have wrote some stupid stuff in there like seller agrees to take the roof with them. Like you could have wrote that in the thing, and someone would just have to assign it without seeing that. They're obviously going to have to see it, but they're going to actually have to agree on the terms for that to happen. Data is key. What is up? Some people say just the assignment. Just show the assignment first, and if they're okay with that, then you send the contract. And plus, in the assignment, you're pretty much upfront what your fee is going to be, so they kind of know what your purchase price is going to be. It's just confirming the contract's good. I've seen people scribble out the purchase price too. I've seen it all. Troy by Playboy says, I closed my $40,000 in deals this month, average $5K. What should I do to increase profit margin? Bro, Troy, $40K in a month is nothing to scoff at. Congrats. How do you increase your profit margin? Acquisitions, rapport. I'm telling you, if you implement speed and rapport and you spend more time with your seller talking about the issues, you're going to get better profit margins. The way to get better profit margins is that, and also getting better tier cash buyers. That's just getting more cash buyers. Facebook groups, it's all on freewholesaling.com. The live session yesterday was everything. That's awesome. Appreciate that, Tila. Thanks, Josh. Hey, Zach, side question. What is the name of the DJ at the beginning? Dude's name's Mark. He's an interesting dude. Good job, Zach. Number 21, late but here. Awesome, Tina. What's the best service to use for a burner phone number? Google Voice, I found. Awesome info. I appreciate that. Love it. Love it. Let's see here. Are there any other contracts that we need to use when wholesaling or just the purchase agreement and assignment? Those are really going to be the only ones you really need. Thank you for the info, of course. Paul tried Google Voice. Oh, yeah. I have Google Voice, but I don't like it how it says who's calling through an automated voice. It's in the settings. You can actually change it. Brian kind of explains that. Getting asked here from Glory Ryder. Does anybody in the USA want to drive for dollars? And I'll get the contract and do the communication, and we split it 50-50. I'm from Sweden. Hit them up. Michelle says, what's the best way to vet an investor-friendly title company in a virtual market? Go through freewholesaling.com. That's kind of where like everything is for like how to vet title companies. You're really going to have to go there and look. But I mean, in that module will show you the right questions you got to ask. REI Jones says, guys, I'm looking for a marketing partner. If you can handle the marketing, hit him up. Ryan says, what's up, Zach? Killer stuff in the marketing thon. Appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate it. You two are killing it in the snow. Oh my gosh. Can't believe how cold that is. But hey, you're dealing with the freezing cold, but you're doing well. So appreciate it. Love it. Buy and hold listing versus fix and flip listings. Should we call the realtors of flips to find cash buyers or rentals for buy and holds? Yes, but understand that if they're investors, sure. But sometimes they're not going to be the best. But for rental listings, yeah, I would do the 4 rents though. But yeah, appreciate the help. Thank you. Of course. Russian Eskimo says, in this market, 80% makes sense over 120, but get worried if you don't get accepted by the cash buyer. Oh yeah, no problem. Does anyone know the book and the name he recommended? Maybe Traction. This is a good script. Good evening. Hope all is well. There is here regarding your listing for a fixed flip. I'm interested in the property and low background. On market stuff's like, it's okay. I'm not like the biggest fan of it. So just be careful with that. Can you touch on getting a runner for your virtual showing? Yeah, I can do that. Just understand though, that if you want a runner, you probably have to go on Facebook and find people. That's where I've seen the best. So go out there on Facebook and find people like the 4 jobs. That's how you find a runner. Happy closing day. $4,500 assignments today. Oh, snap. I'd love to see it. Wow, so much knowledge for free, of course. Thank you. How do you do a one-on-one? Just go to Wholesaling Houses for Real Facebook group. That's where it's at. Are you still buying absentee owners list? Yes, from listrei.com. Let's see here. Oh, that's great. Kelly says, how do you present the agreement? I'm a little bit afraid that I don't know the exact meaning of a few words and the seller asked me about it. Go through the contract in freewholesaling.com. It'll show you exactly how to do it. Do we have to have a real estate license to wholesale? No, you do not. If you're in Oklahoma, there's ways around it. Even in Illinois, there's ways around it. You have to get legal counsel, I have to legally say, because these gurus be tripping, but you should be fine. LOL. Can't wait for that to drop. No way. Tupac and Ice Cube are the best diss tracks of all time. Are you talking about what? No, what is Ice Cube's? He did the NWA one, right? There's No Something. I haven't listened to that in a long time. But yeah. Oh my! I'm not saying I'm nowhere near, bro. Put it on iTunes. I gotta give it out for free. Alfredo says, how to organize government lists with an Excel for a skip traceable format. That's the best way I could say. Zach, you are the best. Thank you so much. Of course. Narisa says, I was told to share PropStream with someone and we can split the payment. My question is, can you build 2 websites? For PropStream, you can both have access to it. Probably at the same time, It depends. You can always just add a user though too. Remember, you only get the 10,000 polls though, so be careful. Need to hear this? Reminds me that I'm going to master wholesaling. Oh, you got this. Thanks. Love the giveaway. Appreciate that, Freddie. Can you do an hour where you're cold calling live leads? Yeah, I've done a lot of them at freewholesaling.com. There are actually a ton in there. So check that one out. Do you get your earnest money back in wholesaling? Yes, you do. What's the weakest part of the business? In my business, honestly, it's probably finding the right people to hire. That's always the toughest one. Fire, thank you. Appreciate it. We got great people now, though. I can really use training phone call. I have questions about ARV comps. Well, every Thursday, man, hop on. James says, does the contract to give away for free allow you to market the property? Yeah, that's the point of wholesaling. Have you ever had a title company ask for money up front? I had a title company ask me for $1,000 today. They wanted to send it with the contract. No. Maybe with an earnest money, but yeah, never. Brian says, as long as the contract says you assign the property and please let the seller know you're going to market the property to cash buyers, I would not market it public. Perfect. My business partners. This is the first time catching you live. I do virtual wholesaling in the US from Mexico. It's awesome. Could you help me find the comps for Port Lavaca? Sure. Where's Port Lavaca? Port Lavaca is in Texas. Port Lavaca, let me check it out. All righty. Smash it as usual. Appreciate that. Let's see. Just tell the seller I know the property may work in the partner's portfolio. Let's see here. Zach, when you have both the agreement and the assignment signed, do you send them to the title company at the same time? No, you send the purchase and sale, and then with the title company with the earnest money, and then you send the assignment when it's signed with the cash buyer's earnest money. No Vaseline. Okay, no Vaseline. How come we don't see you at speaking events? Would love to see it because I'm not a guru. I don't want people to pay to hear me give information out. That's against like everything I stand for. Also, probably the most important part too is none of these gurus invite me to anything because I'm bad for business. Sorry, I'm bad for business for them. So I'm not asked to go anywhere. My neighbor is in pre-foreclosure and I explained his options. He told me that he agrees with sub 2. My question is, how can I get that contract? There's a couple free ones. You can even use like a regular person sale saying we're buying this property subject to the mortgage. I would get a lawyer though when you're doing a sub 2. I'm telling you right now, you're going to need most legal help, especially in Minnesota for a subject to. Hey, you get earnest money back. You get it when the deal closed. So you should get your check and your earnest money. Call a title company and confirm that with them so they are on the same page with you. It seems that half of my list shows DNC. How to get around it for calling or texting. Are you scrubbing it on the DNC registry? Is it your own DNC list? You let me know. Let's see here. Do you know how to pull probate list in Cleveland? The best way to pull the Cleveland probate list would be in the Cuyahoga County one. That'd be what I'd say. Whatever county in Cleveland, the clerk of the court. What is a REI? REI stands for real estate investing. Do you email cash offer or letter of intent when follow up with a response, then send contract? No, I literally give them the contract. I never give a letter of intent. I just give them a contract. Oh, I'm going to give you an offer. I intend on give them the offer. Seriously. Jacob says, hey, I have a noob question. When I have a house under contract and the buyer wants to go see if they do what? I have a noob question. When I have a house under contract and a buyer wants to go see it, do they go see it by themselves? No, you see it with them. You have to walk them to the house, especially if the seller lives in the house. They haters. Oh yeah. This is the first time here. When are you and or Rick? So when are we live? We go live together on Thursdays. How do I get proof of funds for $1 to $2 million? Can't really help you too much on that one because you're going to have to find a lending partner that will do it. You just got to ask. Usually if you don't have $1 million, I don't recommend it. But you got to find a lending partner that will prove you up to that much. Are contacting realtors for cash buyers helpful? They are the one with best cash buyers ever. Yes, 100%. Thanks, Zach Ginn, for everything you do. Of course. Natalie says it seems more than half of my list shows DNC through batch. How do we get around this for calling or texting SMS? If they're on the DNC, I would not be contacting them. If batch is showing that, let me know what list you have. How to tell if a lead is calling on Google Voice since it's forwarding my cell. You can actually put it where, how to tell if a lead is calling. You can have it where it's going to call you on your tracking number. So you can tell when you get the phone, oh, it's Google Voice number. So just change it where the call to you is, the call to you is the tracking number. If you're doing it virtually, then I'd have a runner. Go to freewholesaling.com. Again, that's sort of how you get through everything. It's freewholesaling.com. I'll break down exactly how to do that. Thanks, Zach. I appreciate it. Thank you. I knew that wasn't right. That's weird for that. Big Zach submitted 2 land deals to you and Rick. Awesome. We'll have our team Dispo team reach out to you. It will ring to your regular number. Yes, from the Google Voice number. Guys, if you have any deals you want to send, just www.flipbook.com/JV. That's how you send that over. Yeah. Change your name to Big Band Zach. That ain't gonna be my rap name, okay? I appreciate it, guys. So, guys, that is actually how you do REI sales and training. It looks like we got no more questions, so I appreciate it. If you guys need any help, please comment below. I'm here to help. Thank you so much. Get some confidence going in your wholesaling. I promise you it's going to help you out. See you guys soon. Have a blessed one. Thanks.